Hello Hacienda La Puente, this is Ricardo, one of your tech tosas, and today we will learn how to create rubrics for Google Classroom assignments. So the first thing you are going to do is go to one of your classes. On top, make sure you go to the classwork tab, and then when you are there, you are ready to create an assignment. I'm going to create an assignment. For this assignment, I'm just going to call it Rubrics Test. And remember that you have the ability to send the assignment to different Google Classroom classes, or you also have the ability to send it to one student, a group of students, so all of the students in your class. So once I've given my assignment a title, I have the option to give it instructions. I can give it a grade category if you're using grade categories. I'm just going to go ahead and put it in any of the categories. Don't forget to give it points, and if you are pushing grades into arrays, make sure that the points match the points in the shell of the assignment you create in arrays. You can give a due date, but down here you have a create rubrics option. So I'm going to go in there and I'm going to create a rubric. Over here you can have use scoring or not use scoring, so you can turn that off, but I actually want it use scoring, obviously. And then the first thing that you need to do is, do you have different criterions that you can do for the rubrics? I am going to actually use my rubrics from AP Spanish language. These are the student guidelines, they don't call them rubrics, but I'm going to use them, and I'm going to use the first one. Let's just call it content. Okay, and then I want the first one to be 5 points, right? I'm going to put the level as strong. Okay, and my first rubric has to do with strong performance in interpersonal writing. So I'm going to take my descriptor or my descriptions for it and throw them in there. So I can just kind of take, copy and paste from a different place. So that was my strong level. I want to now add another level, so I'm going to say that this one's going to be 4 points, and this is going to be good. And again, I'm just copying and pasting from my student guidelines for AP Spanish language, so it makes it easier for me to just grab, but you can just type them, or you can come up with your own rubrics. Okay, I'm gonna do one more so you can see how this is go. So this is gonna go, so I'm gonna do 3 of this one, and then this one I'm going to call fair. So I'll do that really quick. So let me take this one now. Okay, go back to my rubrics. So I said it's going to be fair, and I'm going to put that in there. And let's go ahead and do our poor. 2 points. Level is poor. And then again, I can just, weak. Okay, we can do weak and then poor. Okay, sorry about that. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay. So now this is going to be our weak, not our poor, sorry. And then finally, I can do one. I'm going to do one more for 1 point. You could do a 0 if you wanted to. I'm not going to do that today, but just so you see in here. Just gonna take those right now. Okay, and then now I have the first one for content. For my criterion for content, I can go down here and I can duplicate to make it easier for me. So I can just duplicate it, right? But now I can just go ahead and switch it, and then maybe I want to call this language use. I'm using for Spanish, right? I have the 5, the 4, the 3, and so on and so on. And I will go ahead and just switch the description for each of them. Okay, but that's how you will create a rubric. When you are ready, you will save it. You have the ability to keep duplicating and just changing things that apply to the assignment. So now that I have saved the rubric, you will see that I'm ready to assign the assignment. And I just want to show you one assignment that has rubrics and has been completed by a student, and you'll be able to see how easy it is to grade using the rubrics. So I'm going to go in my class again. I'm going to go into classwork. I have a essay here that a student has completed. I'm going to go ahead and go to that assignment. So it is just me as the student, but notice that I'm opening the essay now. Okay, you might remember that in the grading part of Google Classroom, you have the option to have a comment bank, and I always recommend to add your most used comments, so you can just basically take them and throw them in as you are highlighting and giving feedback. You can just actually just throw them in there, and it makes it a lot easier. But going back to rubrics, you will see that I have my rubrics down here. I can click and see all of them. These are rubrics that I created for a different assignment, and I'm just reusing them. The way you reuse the rubrics is basically duplicate the same assignment and then change all of the different documents to be able to use the same rubrics. I explained that on the article. But so I'm back here, and I decided that I'm going to grade. So let's say that for the amount of information, I want to give it excellent. Notice that I gave it a 4 out of 4, and then my score changed right here. Okay, as I'm going and reading the assignment, I can go to my next descriptor, and then for this one, maybe I decided that this was good. Okay, so I'm going to change that and put it to good, and you'll notice that it changed the score right here. Okay, because I had already given a score before. Sources, let me go ahead and give it poor. Okay, maybe the student didn't do a good job, and notice that it keeps changing the score for me. So when I'm done and I graded this and I've used the rubrics to grade, I can just go ahead and just take the score and return, and will automatically put the score that I've given using the rubrics. Okay, that is pretty much the way to use rubrics. If you have any questions, please contact any of your tech tosters. Have a great day.